Hi, friends. Sorry for the long wait. My phone got dead, so I had to transfer every single file I owned, all the jobs I was going to do, things I was going to make, all my contact, everything, to the new one. So I'm very late in starting these episodes today. Sorry about that. But hopefully we can still get a good few spooks and scares and what have you. Now don't worry, I did not forget to do today. I'm just very late. Welcome to Remothered Tormented Fathers. I have both games installed today, but I don't actually know which is the first game, so I hope this is the first game. If not, you'll probably tell me. Or laugh at me. Either way. Diversion. Hold the door.
So, is it all true?
What have you heard already?
That illness. It thickened the bones, it accelerated the healing process and tissue regeneration. Is that all true?
Every word.
But if that's what it was doing, why call it an illness?
The Lepidopterans made a nest out of the human body where they could eat and multiply. An illness is what it is.
But then,
Where do you want me to start?
from the beginning.
I'm old, Mr. Manny. My memory is not one of my strong points.
Well, for example, why do they call you Madame Svenska?
A name is just a trace. It is our business card, our identifier. It presents us to the world. But does it tell our story or really describe who we are?
I swear I
Probably
know
not.
3 or 4 idiots with the same exact name.
Well, yes. But we are not made of that name. It is given to us. Other people choose it for us, whether it suits us or not. It doesn't tell us who we really are. That name will not give us any answers. It is only through growing old that we become the answer to the questions of our childhood. And living in Sweden the last 30 years has definitely inspired this affectionate moniker. And so, Madam Svenska, it is.
And yet you come back to Italy. Why?
To die?
Because I forgot. But I also forgot that I had promised to remember.
Tell me.
Please excuse me. Sometimes my memory needs to be jogged. There's always been a song that, as well as the name you refer to so much, has labeled my whole life, has given it a name, and it's from a name. If you can believe how bizarre and sometimes unbelievable my confused memories are to describe that all this began.
Oh. It started with a song? Interesting.
Say goodbye. Party flows from my eyes.
Celeste Felton.
If you leave me, sure you miss me. If you fly, you lose something in the sky. Come on, let's dance. We don't have any chance. Give me a kiss. seems to me their romance leave us free.
I'll be honest, this would be an amazing park as a kid. Oh. The big van gives me 3 ideas. 1. Kidnapping. 2. Special agent looking for missing people. Or 3. Some kind of don't know which one it is.
Feels like it's gonna rain again.
Dr. Felton. Wait. What was it? Was it Elizabeth Felton? No. It was the missing girl who had the same last name. Wow. Yes. Can I not interact with... Cannot do that. Okay. Yeah, this. Celeste Felton. Missing since Thursday, October 14th, 1971. Last seen 4 p.m. at Recreation Grind in Esbacod. February 8th, 1958. Female, white, 13 years old. Light blonde hair, blue eyes. At last, wearing a white dress with bows, white shoes, and tressed hair. Persons, any information are requested to call something 74. But yeah, is this? Well, it's called Tormented Father or something like that. Sins of the Father. So I'm guessing we're going to see her dad. Is that? Oh. Big building would be the, seriously, you go slow. Real slow. Oh. Hello. Skiers. Cut out, cut here, cut there. Stairs. Shears. Ah. On screen, October 31st, 1971. That actually sounds like a pretty good horror movie. Shears. Nothing in this area. What's that? Oh, is that light where I'm supposed to go? Oh, so. The back of the head reminds me of a teacher I used to know. Well, they used to, but they're not dead. I just, you know, talk to them often. This way then? I wish there was... Oh. Puddle? Oh. Wish there was a run button. Or at least, was allowed to use the run button. Hello? I always feel anxious when looking at some icons and mirrors. Oh, here we are. Richard Felton, Notary Study.
Who is it?
Yes, hello. I'm Dr. Reed from the Santa Margarita Institute.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Felton is no longer a patient.
I know. This is why I'm here. Hello? Anyone?
Great. He has a, it's not an assistant, it's, what's the name of the people that take phone calls for you? Secretary? Yeah. I forget that. And also, why can't you run? I get it, you're calm, you're professional, but seriously, this is slow. Oh, good. Statue. Oh? Does he have a dog? Oh, is that a light? But it'll take a long time to get back there, so... Just a lot of, I'm guessing soil or seed bags. Certainly a dab hand at the gardening. I'd appreciate that. Good on you, buddy.
Hello? The gate was open. Are you there? Hello? Is anyone there?
Let me guess, I'm gonna walk away and it's gonna open creepily, huh? Is that my car? I hear someone driving a van. Okay, so, yeah. I guess we play as this lady? Oh. Oh, it's just a seedbed. I assume this was a greenhouse before lack of walls kicked in. Oh. Oh, we have a little lounge area, that's nice. Oh, now to think about it, with the size of this place, he probably doesn't do the gardening. Bet you he pays someone to do it for him. I mean, he could be a gardener and just do this as a passion, but it would take a lot of hours of your day to look after this every day. all the time. And it's in immaculate condition. Dark, yeah, because it's night, but still. The plants look healthy, heal, and hardy. And ooh, I get a similar thing in work. And every time I walk past, I always think it would be the perfect place to have a wedding. Like the big arches of flowers and trees. Just go underneath. I like it. So far, it doesn't seem spooky. Just seems like a walking simulator. Very nice plants. Looks like white roses, maybe, or orchids. Orchids are a challenging plant to grow. Tried my hand at it years ago, growing white orchids and perennial orchids. No chance, or at least none for me. Definitely anguishing. Okay. So is that a statue of his child? Like, I get some people have like statues of themselves, but is it normal to get a statue of your family? Well, having any statue means definitely not a horror person. I'll be honest, I was waiting for like a hand to go through that thing and just drag her through. Oh,
Yes?
Good evening. I
Miss
am.
Reed, you already told me at the intercom, and as I already told you, Mr. Felton is no longer a patient at the Scientific
I know.
Institute.
I came here voluntarily, outside the Institute.
So what do you want?
I am personally re-examining your case. Causes, reagents. I strongly believe there are alternative ways and probably other experiments that are worth a try. I am fighting with the Institute to recognize there are other adequate remedies for your husband's
Oh,
pathology.
no, please. I'm just assisting him. I'm his nurse.
I didn't know.
It's okay. I suppose you want to talk to him.
Thank you.
I apologize for the darkness, but Mr. Felton's sight has been damaged and immensely compromised because of the disease. Anyway, I am Gloria. Oh, and please, refrain from smoking inside. Mr. Felton hates the smell of smoke.
Sorry.
nice to meet you, Gloria. So it's a nurse rather than a secretary. So he must be like, it's probably a wet nurse. No, wet nurse is for what's the nurse? I should know this. One of my jobs is actually very similar to that.
Please, this way. Bad habit.
Smoking?
Yes, such a shame. You should quit. You have no idea how bad this is for you. Not only for your health, but it's also very expensive. Money and time wasted. I have so much to do every day. I couldn't waste time with such a bad habit.
Do you assist Mr. Felton all day?
Oh no, from midday to 8 p.m. Then I go back home. I live near here. If needed, he can contact me with a pager, but that's not often. His wife takes care of him when I'm off.
Oh, so there's
What
more.
can you tell me about her?
I met her just a couple of times. She's usually out or locked in her bedroom when I'm here. Let's say they don't seem to get along.
I didn't know.
He married
But,
someone.
you know, when she's home, she listens to the same music, the same song. over and over.
Why would you marry someone that you can't? Like, I get that maybe it's a long relationship and things are stretched, but I get the feeling that like the title's Remothered,
This way, please.
so I assume this is like a new wife.
Mr. Felton will be here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so what do we got here? You were interested in the cabinets, yeah? Or not? Oh, what do we have here? Mr. and Miss Felton's farm, Rosso Gallo. Closes danger of contamination. Lyman and the Feltons indicted for alleged criminal activity against consumers and production employees. The Rosso Gallo farm, Pride of the Gallos, closed due to suspected contamination. Is Pardon me. It has been reported that many products have been infected by toxic pollen that could be the cause of severe parasitosis. The owner, Ariana Gallo, top right, her husband, the notary Richard Felton, bottom right, professor and company's partner Albert Elias Wyman, large picture, are under investigation. Letters when allegedly accused by Felton himself of having used the company to carry out pharmaceutical experiments, taking advantage of corporate funds at his will. Indeed, the warnings came from the residents of the company's headquarters. The Ashmans, who managed the building, supervised the harvesters, the sisters at the adjoining convent. Among the reported symptoms, painful ulcers, vomiting, proliferation of parasites, and in some cases, keratosis, photosensitivity following the heavy allegations. That explains the light. You must have the photosensitivity. Yeah. Both the Feltons and the Ashmans received numerous threats from Wyman himself, who has been removed from the Order of Physicians today. Wyman stated he was shocked by the charges and pointed his finger to his former business partner, Richard Felton. Personally funded me. It is worth noticing that Felton himself, like his father, prompted and funded the Phenoxyl Project, a drug for which Wyman himself was nominated for the prestigious Medicine Award in 1957, but that was retired from the market a few years later due to the disastrous side effects. Meanwhile, even at Felton's house, which was used as a location for product distribution, the activity ceases. As a result of the scandal, the Ashmans and Feltons also broke off any kind of relationship. As a matter of fact, the Ashmans claimed a substantial refund for the damage they suffered because even their children have been affected, and as a consequence, used as unaware test subjects. The authorities assume that the contamination has developed from the groundwater not only used for the irrigation of nearby plantations, but also as a common source for the Ashmans and the 12 sisters of the nearby monastery. You damn son of a bitch. See what they write about me on the news? You want to tarnish me, but I'll get back at you. Oh, surely I will, starting with your daughter. Do you believe she doesn't know who her father is? I'm sure he would be glad to know that she is his daughter. Sure, you've got balls. Take your own responsibilities. What am I saying? Balls? You've never got balls. Okay. So the child doesn't belong to this guy? Is that
you believe in God, miss?
Oh.
Well, it would be too easy, wouldn't it? I believe in people's willpower. Everything else is not God, but an aptitude or mankind's cruelty.
This is the kind of fairy tale I prefer at my age. When you're worn out from an incurable disease, you start having some doubts. Why is there so much life in such small but lethal creatures? An arbiter, that's all we need.
For what? It's wrong and crazy. It's human nature.
That same nature in which we are equals to those ants eating each other. But, pardon me, I forgot my manners. Please, sit down. Dr. Reed, I suppose?
Sorry, Mr. Felton. Pleased to meet you.
So you already met Gloria?
Yes, she let me in.
She's a great reference, extremely hardworking, but back to us. I don't recall seeing beautiful doctors like you at the Institute, Dr. Reed.
I am flattered, Mr. Felton. I arrived at the Institute just a few months after you left. And you left because?
Inadequacy of the sanitary treatments within the structure.
That's right. And in a few words?
In a few words, they didn't know how to treat my case, and they left me there to die.
But it seems that other issues took over.
I once or twice refused to go through exams.
Mr. Felton, is there anything I can do for you?
Oh, Gloria, yes. See if Dr. Reed needs anything.
Oh, no.
May I offer you a cup of tea or coffee? Espresso?
No, thank you.
As you wish. How about you, Mr. Felton?
No, thank you. I'll keep entertaining our guest. You can go now.
It was a button to warn.
You're diagnosed. 1958?
Yes, indicatively. Some friends and I contracted the disease while traveling to Egypt, and it got worse.
In addition to the disease, the first exam showed some inconsistency. Some hormonal deficiency? Overdose of non-prescribed drugs, opiates... Phenoxyl? Wasn't it recalled in the mid-60s?
Doctor, don't you think that nowadays there are ways to obtain drugs without any prescription?
I believe so. According to your file, you still receive your disability pension. Even better, it seems that the beneficiary is your wife, Ariana Gallo.
Exactly. She's the one who takes care of me when Gloria is off.
How about your daughter?
My daughter? Celeste has never come back home.
Disappeared. She was adopted, am I right?
What?
The investigators confirmed that she intentionally left. They never suspected a kidnapping since there was no ransom request.
How about Weeman? Wasn't he a suspect?
A flash in the pan, an idiot who brought confusion by sending warnings and threats.
And her birth parents?
Dr. Reed, young girls often decide to just go. And this is what my daughter decided to do.
Jennifer.
What did you say?
At times, you'd call her Jennifer.
No, my
Mr.
daughter...
Felton, what has really happened to your daughter?
I just told you.
How about the off-the-record version?
I am not sure where you're trying to go with this, but I won't tolerate... I don't have the strength for this now.
I know you've been trying to forget her, but this picture might help you to.
What is this? Where did you get this picture?
Isn't she your daughter? Celeste, or as you called her? Jennifer?
I asked you a question.
Back of the picture says Jennifer.
There is no Jennifer!
You thought I was stupid, didn't you, Mr. Felton? Do you really think I'd come here without knowing what I'm talking about?
Who are you, and why did you come here? Did you come to my home to threaten me with your condescending
Threatening
tone?
you? So maybe I should ask your wife then.
She's not home.
Seems like she is.
Mr. Felton, I just talked to the director of the Institute on the phone. They have never heard of Dr. Reed. She is not what she claims to be.
Well, Miss Reed, if that is your real name, your time here has ended. Please, leave my property. Miss Gloria will escort you out.
Please follow me.
Mr. Felton, please, tell me what you did to your daughter!
Good evening.
Follow me.
Mr. Felton.
This is getting interesting.
You know the way.
So allegations of
How do you even...
How do I do what?
How do you even sleep at night? You use people's lives regardless of the pain you cause. The Feltons have been through a lot. And they are good people.
Gloria, a young girl disappeared.
We all know the story, unfortunately. A burden that the Feltons will have to carry for the rest of their lives. Celeste just left them.
If that was the case, there was a motivation behind it. And it threatened her life.
Huh. Interested now. Can we play as the child? I want to see what really happened here. Oh, it looks like. Are you good? Nope. There's Gloria. Huh. Are we gonna break in? Bloody hell we are. Oh, come on, lady. You don't know who you are, and you're definitely doing something illegal, man. You're not even one of... Oh. Yes. I will also leave this one here. Hope you had fun, and I'll pick up very soon.